Hello and welcome to Relationship Soup. I'm your host, Lisa Hughes. How y'all doing today? Happy Wednesday, happy Wednesday, happy Wednesday. Thank you all for joining me. This has been a fantastic week. I cannot complain. All right. God is always good, right? So anyway, I hope y'all week off to a good start. Can I tell y'all? I know that I haven't been live in like about a week. But when I tell you my vacation was on point and much needed, man, it was wonderful. I met some wonderful people, had a fantastic time. So anyway, that's that. So before I get started on this dynamic guest that I have today, y'all know I got to do my spiel, right? So please make sure that you're liking, following us across all platforms. Join the group. On YouTube is Relationship Soup, period. On Facebook, join the group. We are still thousands and thousands and thousands strong at Relationship Soup Group. IG is Relationship Soup. And then if you want to follow me or whatever, it's Relationship Soup LLC, or you can just look up my name. All right. Okay, boom. So today I have a fantastic guest. She's dynamic. I actually met her a while ago and thought that she would have quite a bit to offer our listeners, right? She has some wisdom and knowledge in the area of marriage, right? So today I will be interviewing Miss Fonda Allen. She's been married for 18 years. She's an entrepreneur. She's so dynamic, okay? So what we're going to get into today, we want to be able to plant some seeds about marriage and those that are married, those thinking about getting married. Heck, if you've been married, we can talk about that too. If you're in a relationships or whatever, and I did say relationships, right? Because we know how some of y'all are moving. We know some of y'all are in some relationships, okay? But anyway, so we're going to talk about that today. We're going to talk about love, growth, all kind of stuff. And then we're going to actually get into some upcoming events that you may want to be a part of. And if you are an entrepreneur, hey, it would be an opportunity for you as well. All right. So anyway, if y'all here, let me know y'all here. Say something in the chat or whatever. Would love to get your feedback. And also, if you have questions or whatever, y'all know how we do on the soup. Okay. Feel free to type it in the chat. Okay. All right. Y'all Gucci? All right, good. So I'm going to go ahead and bring on Mrs. Fonda Allen, and we're going to go ahead and get into this conversation. And again, like I said, if you got stuff you want to talk about or whatever, and we're going to also get into some stuff from Relationship Soup because listen, it's been some posts in there that, yeah, we're going to try to bring that to the forefront. But without further ado, let me go ahead and bring on Miss Fonda Allen.
Hello.
Hey, Fonda, how are you?
I'm fine. How are you, Lisa?
I'm well. There's like a little feedback. I don't know if you
Okay.
have to turn down your volume a little bit.
I have what?
You may have to turn down your volume a little
Oh,
bit
I'm
because
sorry.
it's all right.
Okay, how's that?
Okay, let's see here.
Is it better?
I still hear like some feedback.
How's that?
Testing 1 2. It's still there, so I don't know
It's
what
still
that
there.
is.
Is it like a humming noise?
No, it's just kind of like you can hear me like
A echo like?
yes.
Uh, okay, how's that?
Um it's
It's coming.
still
It's
there.
coming on after I speak. I don't know why my phone does that sometimes.
Okay.
Wow.
I
Let me
don't know
see.
if you're still logged in. Can you maybe log out and log back in? Just hit
Okay.
that link for me.
Okay, I'll do that.
All
Okay.
right. All right, boom. So we're gonna start talking. So listen. All right. Now we're gonna give Fonda time to get back in here, right? But what I want to do is this. And did y'all hear that feedback? Was it just me? Because sometimes I'll be hearing things. Sometimes what y'all see and then what I hear and all that be a little totally different. Okay. So okay, let me add Fonda to the stage. Fonda.
Uh-huh. Is that better?
Okay. Yes. I was like, am I tripping? Look, we was about to get into the tea early. You hear me? Listen, we was about to get into that tea. Okay.
Android.
You know what?
Yeah.
Nichelle said, thank you for joining us, Nichelle. Thank you for letting me know that you heard that, love. We appreciate you joining us. But you know what? I ain't going to put that on Android. Because let me tell you something. Let me tell you something,
Okay.
Mrs. Fine. Because me and Apple right now, we kind of going through a tumultuous relationship. Okay?
Yeah.
iPhone. Yeah. So I'm gonna get it together. But you know
Yeah.
why? And then I seen this article talking about that Samsung is like the top phone right now. So
Right.
say Apple, excuse us, we got this. So hey,
Yeah.
I think it was just because you was logged in twice or whatever, but we fixed it. So we
Okay. Yeah. That's good.
all right, boom. So so thank you again for agreeing to be a guest. You're
No
dynamic,
problem.
you're a divine connection. I love
Thank you for
you.
asking me.
Absolutely. All right, so boom, let's go ahead and get into it. So can you please tell my listeners a little bit something about you and what you do?
Yes, I am, like as Lisa said, entrepreneur uh, of many things, certified and licensed in a lot of areas. And I am married 18 years and have two grown sons, five grandkids. And I love dealing with children. It's one of my favorites, one of my callings, you can say. So I'm in and out of daycares. Matter of fact, I just got hired at one down the street part time again. So I do a little bit of everything. Um, my hands are in everything all the time. So um, that's about me. I love traveling. I plan on taking a Vegas trip in October for my November 62nd birthday, Lord's willing. So yeah, I'm all over the place.
Okay, okay. I love that. I love that. And it's I feel like it's a calling to of mine to actually work with kids. I love
Yes,
kids. I
yes,
absolutely love them. They are blessings to the earth. So
yeah, they are.
absolutely. All right, so let's see here. Well, let's go ahead. Daniel, Mr. Artez, thank you so much for joining us and happy Wednesday. All right, boom. So let's go ahead and get into this conversation.
Okay.
So you've said that you've been married 18 years, which is phenomenal. Okay.
Yes.
So how did you and your husband, your forever meet? How'd y'all meet?
I actually met through my goddaughter. I was babysitting her daughter at the time when she was small, and at the time she was working at the bank, and he would go cash his checks there, and to be nice he would try to tip her lunch money. She said, I can't take that. She said, but I do have a friend that I want you to meet. And so we this is very funny. She asked, could I give him my number? I said, that's fine. So the morning that he was supposed to call me, I never forget. It was a Monday morning. I was getting ready for work, and I said, "Okay, Lord," I said, because I had quit dating altogether. I was in a singles ministry class in my church at the time, Purpose of Life, and I said, "Lord," I said, "if this is meant for him to be in my life," I said, "then let the phone ring. If not, don't let him call me." Less than 5 minutes, the phone rang. And he picked me up. We talked on the phone, and then he picked me up on my lunch break. Um, and we went to a Chinese place right on Georgetown Road. It used to be up the corner by Kroger's. It's gone now. And he did most of the talking. After that, we started dating, and in 3 years, we got married.
Okay, okay.
Yeah,
Look, Lord, do it for me. Okay.
he'll do it. Just ask. I love telling women, stop looking for the man. Let the man find you.
Okay.
And like it's okay to be friends from the beginning, but and that's another thing I tell them too. Pray for your husband before you get him, because he's not going to be perfect. He's going to have little issues just like you do. He's going to be perfect for you, but not for everybody else. So start praying for him. The things work out in his life and everything, and he'll eventually find you. Don't
Okay.
rush it. It's not worth rushing it at
Listen,
all.
listen. Look, you dropping seeds right now because
Yeah,
listen, I won't say I necessarily rushed,
yeah,
but this time I said, you know what? I'm going to take my time and
yes,
I'm gonna let God do it. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah,
And I'm gonna listen and be really intentional. So yes, yes, yes,
yeah.
ladies, y'all heard it here first. All right. So can you share like because being marriage, relationships, there's gonna be challenges. Okay.
Exactly.
Um, it's kind of naive to think, oh, when I get married, it's gonna be a rose garden. Because hey, listen,
No.
it's not always a rose garden. So, what were some of the initial challenges you faced as a couple, and how did y'all overcome them?
Uh, I'll say it's to be honest. I can't really. It's there are times that we did. I could say that we had two serious. I'm going to say arguments out
Hmm.
of the whole 18. That's how good my marriage is, because uh, if you're with a person that you're not supposed to be with, you're gonna have more issues than that.
Hmm. Hmm.
And really communicating first with that person, and really getting to know each other. You're going to still find out more things about each other as you go along, but they're not going to be serious. Maybe he talks too much, or maybe he eats with his mouth open, or something like that. Little issues that you kind of learn to laugh about and everything. But basically, we, as far as arguments, we don't argue. He might have something to say, and I might have something to say. I am spoiled by my husband, so if there's something that I disagree with or I get very upset with, I'll just stay in the living room on the couch, and he apologizes. He learned to do that. So, uh, and then we're good. So it all depends on who you're with. Like I said, communication means a whole lot. Um,
Abs-
excuse me. Yeah. Can you see me?
Yes, I can still
Okay.
see you.
Oh, good,
I can
because
still
there's a
see
number popping down.
you.
Um, okay, I got it. But yes, there's a lot of good days and bad days. You take the good with the bad. You learn how to overlook certain things, and some challenges. We had a challenge. I'm not gonna go into it, but challenges, real hard challenges that affect you both, only makes you strong. If your relationship is solid, it makes you stronger. It doesn't break you apart. So
Okay.
yeah,
And I'm glad that you said that about kind of like the quirky habits because being having relationship soup, life,
yeah,
experiences, conversations I've had, just
right.
different things. Like, I've heard about, you have to accept a person's flaws, or there's even been talk about struggle love and all that, which I'm like, hey, listen, I ain't trying to do no struggle love.
No, you
It,
really don't have to accept that. It's if you really love each other, and you know that this thing can work, but you just don't take everything that comes on, you know. So that's why it's
absolutely.
good to just date and find out, because dating really, helps people, and it really, you really get to learn more about each other. Like I said, there's little bitty things, you know, through the time that you're going to find out about you, but it's not going to break you apart.
Hmm.
Yeah.
It's, and I love that because sometimes when you think flaws, like,
Yeah.
I like what you said, chewing with the mouth open, because I ain't gonna lie, Mrs. Allen. Okay. Because I've been, and I've talked on the show before about praying and manifestation and my imagination.
Yeah.
So like I imagine my forever, right? Maybe he do something quirky, like a quirky habit, not something
Yeah.
that's so toxic, like he like to yell and cuss you out or put his
Right.
hands on you. Like, man,
Exactly.
I ain't even manifesting that. And I don't feel like that is a flaw that you have to accept, or those
No.
toxic flaws. Like those
Hmm.
flaws don't have to be toxic. They can be quirky.
Exactly.
Maybe he
Exactly.
corny. Maybe he tell corny jokes. Like I'm
Yeah.
okay with that. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
But
Then that's my husband. We laugh about a lot of things. Back in the day, we used to call it joning on each other. Me and my husband, we sit and we would joan at each other, and just, we're very funny like that. So yeah, and that's something he brought to my table, and so that's how I am now with him. Why you talking so loud? Because I got it from you. So just little things like that. So yeah, but
absolutely,
the abusive and all that stuff, never feel like you have to put up with any of that from anybody.
absolutely.
Yes, that goes for men too.
You know
Yeah,
what? And I'm still trying to get this brother to come on because yeah, because when you think of domestic abuse, you think, oh, it's the man abusing the woman or whatever. But we
right.
know that go
Yeah,
both ways. Like
yes.
there are statistics and everything to support. Some women like to put their hands on men too.
Oh
You know.
yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah, absolutely.
True. Hmm.
All
But
right.
marriage is only what you make it. If it's easy, you can make it easy. If
Mhm.
it's like I said, if you just with the person that you both work together and want the marriage to work, and it's nothing hard at all. And believe it or not, this is my third marriage and his third marriage. But
Okay.
like they say, third is a charm. And he said, I wish I met you earlier. No, you don't, because I'm not where I'm at. I'm not where I'm at now, maturity. And it's not
Mhm.
just the age, it's just things that I experienced in my other two marriages that I didn't want to address that in this marriage.
Mhm.
So yeah.
Yeah, that's a
Hmm.
really good point because, I've had experiences before like, dang, I wish I had met you before because, you are whatever. But the
Yeah.
truth of the matter is I like to believe that you meet the right person at the right
The
time when you
right time.
actually have your complement. You know what I
That's
mean?
it. That's it.
Somebody that compliment you, not necessarily make you happy and you make them
Yes.
happy.
Yes.
Y'all a compliment your person, you know.
Yes, yes. And he'll compliment you all the time. My husband, like, God said be specific about what you want. And when I did pray, I said, I want a country man. Lord, send me a country man, because country man, I don't know why, but you know, and he's just as country as I don't know what. In his
Okay.
ways. In his ways, he's a good man. He puts me first. We'll say we put each other first. But if he's has his last 20 and I don't have anything in my pocket, here, baby, take this. I don't want you to be without any money or whatever. And that's just him. So yeah, and we just get along. We just it's there are men out here and there's women out here for everybody you
Mhm.
know. But I
Mhm.
always say we don't know what's inside of them, what's in their heart and their mind. So that's why I say it's always best to let the Lord bring them to you. Let him direct you, and that man's not gonna miss you. You don't have to go out of town and go to a club and live with everybody just to find. You're not gonna find them that way, you
Mhm.
know.
Mhm.
So they'll come some kind of way through
I
maybe
believe
through
that.
somebody else, through like me, through a friend or something. So yeah. Stay off
Okay.
the date lines because you never know what's going on with those men either. That's
Listen.
dangerous. Very
Yes,
dangerous.
absolutely. I've
Yeah.
seen those shows because I watch a lot of crime TV. Like my
Yeah.
friends and family would tell you, I could listen. I'll be like, "Hey, put me in, coach, because I can solve this
Right.
crime.
Right.
Got to look at this." But I really like what you said. Like, okay, so when you were talking about the countryman, right? Let me
Yeah.
tell you something. Because my daddy was a Tennessee. He was from Tennessee. Rest his beautiful soul, right?
Uh-huh.
Country man. And I
Yeah.
was literally having this conversation about, I don't know, 72 hours ago. Like, I don't know, it's something about a man from the South.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, wait a minute. Wait a
Yes.
minute. The
Yeah.
accent, gone now. Gone. Listen, I, I ain't gonna lie, because like I got some friends from the South or whatever, and sometimes I'll be like, hey, say that again. Say that again. Because I love accents. Like even
Yeah.
when I had a layover in and I promise I'm gonna get back to it. I had a
Uh-huh.
layover in Baltimore and I
Mhm.
knew it was some words that I needed to hear from while I was there. So I'm in the airport, me and my homegirl in the airport, and I'm waiting
Uh-huh.
for somebody to say "der." They be like "der," "chew," and all that. So literally nobody was saying it. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go to the dude that fixed my salad. I said, "Can you do me a favor, sir?" He was like, "Yeah, I got you. Whatever you need." I was like, "Can you say, dude?" And he was like, "Dude, too." He said all these words, and it was just a highlight. But I say all that to say, I love an accent. A man with an
Yeah.
accent
Yeah.
with
Very
them
much.
country values.
Yeah, that's it, the values, because they were brought up different than city men,
Mhm,
and especially their moms or dads, but mothers, if they love their mother, they're gonna love you. They're gonna
mhm,
love the heck out of you. I get up in the morning and I look a hot mess, and my husband wake up every morning. What does he say to me? Hey, sexy, or hey, beautiful.
mhm.
Yeah, and then and everything that I don't. It could be something that I ordered for
Mhm.
us to eat. If they, I always fix his plate. Everywhere we go, I fix his plate unless it's at the restaurant. But and that's how he makes me feel like I want to do that. Why I don't mind. And I did from day one. And he says, uh, he'll say something. Oh, he'll say, dinner was good. Always compliment my dinner, even if I didn't cook it. I just had to fix his plate. Baby, dinner was good. So, and
Wow.
see, that's the country in him.
I
Yeah,
love that. I
yeah,
love that. And, we've heard about like, how important it is to try to keep, like the romance and different things
yeah,
alive. Would you say that those small gestures like that
yes.
really help to keep, the fire,
And
if you will, the fire
right,
fire?
exactly. It does. Yeah.
Okay.
So as year goes on, each day, you love them more and more.
Oh.
Yeah.
But do it for me, God. Do it for me. Ooh, I
Yeah,
love it.
he'll do it. He'll do it.
Okay,
Yeah.
so let's see here. So as far as okay, so we've talked about like communication and things like that. So we know that change and growth is a part of life, right?
Yeah.
Um, so since you and Mr. Allen got married, what are some of the changes or growth you've noticed in each
And each other.
other?
And my husband, he prays. He loves to pray. Uh, he, he'll get in his Bible in a minute. So we've learned that if I say I'm not feeling well, I'm sick. My husband, he'll say, come here, let me pray for you. And so we've grown in that. He was already a Christian when I met him,
Hmm.
and he's good at witnessing to other people and everything. So we've grown spiritually. We've grown mentally. We've grown in some areas where if my leg hurt and he massages me every time I don't feel good. He massages that spot, and he's heavy-handed, so it helps. But then if he gets to his head, I'm gonna start rubbing you because it's over here now. So you become really one person. There's
Hmm.
no two. You finish each other's sentences. All that is really true. You know. So we share each other's pain as far as just babying each other. And I always think, you know, with some of the not serious illnesses that I have, but some of that I do have, and he babies me, and I always think, I don't think I could find another man that would be like him, so attentive to me,
Hmm.
knowing my situations instead of griping. Oh, you go to the doctor, blah blah blah. He's not that, you know. And so I know that he's made for me. God put us together because I had my little hurts and he has his, you
Hmm.
know. And instead of us griping at each other, we take care of each other that way.
I love that.
Yeah,
Now, something else I want to ask you is this because I've heard this over the years, and even in my own marriage, this was something that we,
yeah,
my previous marriage. Uh,
yes,
so, how do you feel as far as like having a counsel or people that you talk to? Because sometimes marriages may have issues. And I know
Yeah,
that this is, like your third marriage, but would you say that it's good to have like a counsel or people you talk to um when maybe like or that you trust?
yeah.
Do you think that that's a good thing to have, or should it always just be y'all keep y'all business always in the house? Y'all don't talk to no pastors, y'all don't talk to nobody. Y'all keep it in the house and figure it out.
Well, because ours is not, when we do have little disagreements, they're not serious.
Mhm, mhm,
So there's nothing, I don't think it's enough for us to go outside, but you don't always want to tell your best friends sometime everything, because these days, I don't, you really can't trust a lot of people. But if
mhm,
both of you have a pastor that you very close to, and everything, then someone like that, and counseling, maybe counseling if it's at a point where you're getting ready to break up and you both want to work that situation out, you don't know how,
mhm,
because they have experienced it, or the marriage counselor. But in my situation, I wouldn't, they would laugh because I wouldn't need it. But it is good, but don't just trust everybody with telling all your business.
mhm.
Yes. So
Absolutely.
it depends on the situation.
That makes sense. That
Yeah.
and I know everything is case by case.
Yeah.
It's just and I know, for some it might work to have, like that therapist or whatever, or
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
counsel, or maybe
Yeah.
even another couple. I don't know, but I always like to get like people's feedback on that because that's
Right.
something that, in my previous situation
Uh-huh.
that, so anyway. So we do have some questions. So I'm going to go ahead
It's
and go.
fine.
Let's go to the comments. All right. So let's see who's all in the room with us. Reese, thank you so much for joining Mrs. Allen and I. Yes, and this will be a dynamic conversation. Oh, yes. Yes. Listen, Miss Allen be on point. Okay. Let's see here. Oh, thanks for joining us, Leah Nicole. We appreciate you and thank you. Thank you. I try to do a little something for y'all. All right, so Reese says my grandfather was from Alabama. Listen, Reese, if you got some country cousins, holla at your girl, but they got to be here. They got to be here though,
Right.
because long distance,
Right
no, that,
now.
mm-mm, we can't do that. You got to be here.
No. No.
Oh, thank you for joining us, Vonda. I appreciate you. Now, there's a story.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so Fonda. There was
Uh-huh.
an episode where Vonda was listening, right? And
Uh-huh.
for some reason, like I saw the name in my peripheral, and why did I call her you? Like I totally transposed y'all identities, okay? So
Okay, by the
Vonda,
name.
yeah, absolutely. Because I was like, Vonda, I'm gonna see you in church on Sunday. And she was so sweet. She hit me on a little side chat and was like, Lisa, do you go to, her whatever her church was,
Right, right.
right? And I'm like, no, 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 no. I said my fault. I'm thinking you.
That's funny.
So she's laughing at because but she was so sweet because she could have called me out in them comments,
Right,
right? Because I'm telling you, it went on for at least 2 minutes. Okay. All
right.
right. So, Derek, thank you so much for joining us. He says, good evening, Queens. Were there things that you thought y'all relationship might not overcome, but y'all did?
Uh, I'm thinking
Okay, look, let me think here. Because
maybe
I ain't ever.
one, and it was at the beginning, right after we had gotten married. There was a situation, a little dispute, not between him and I, but him and another family member. But then I had a brother, my oldest brother, that told me, "This is your life. Your kids live theirs. They grown. Let them go. And that's what I took up on. So, and I really thought that would be the end of the beginning of a marriage ending. But that was the only time I felt that way. Yes.
Derek, you don't want the answers to that because look, listen.
So we worked it out. We worked it out, and the boys had to go. Yeah, and here we are, 18 years. But they
Now,
get along. He loved my boys, like his sons, and they love him. So yeah.
okay, okay, okay.
So you can't let anybody get in between something that you've been waiting on. and it's good. Don't let anything get in between that.
Even
Yes.
family, even family. So let me ask you this, like, because I feel like I know the answer, but
Yes.
I just like to bring this to the forefront. So over the years, I've seen like there was this big debate, and
Uh-huh.
I don't think it's happened this year yet, but I tend to always see it. So when
Uh-huh.
it comes to like earlier, you mentioned, hey, I fix my husband's plate and different things like that. Like it
Yeah.
seems like you all follow the
Yeah.
hierarchy of God, spouse,
Yeah.
then everything else that follows.
Yes.
So do you feel like how important is that in your opinion when it comes to maintaining a marriage? Is it can you have God, kids, husband? You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
what do you feel about that?
Well, God is always first, and that's what makes my marriage work. So
Mhm,
I'm not going to put that second. I'm going to put him first, and then my husband, because my husband, if he's a godly man, he's going to follow what God wants for him and
mhm,
his family. And
mhm,
then the kids, when the kids get, my responsibility too when they're young, but when they're older, then they're old enough to, do for themselves, think for themselves, and all that. So, and then my career comes last.
mhm,
My career can come last, um, because my husband and God and my husband and all that has to be put in order. So, as far as maybe you're saying, I think maybe you're asking about the what's it in the Bible about the submissive,
mhm,
about me fixing the plate and all that. that's me. That's me being me because
mhm,
my husband makes me feel like I don't. I want to serve him. And if I
mhm,
want, that's the way I can serve my husband because I know he appreciates it. When I bring him his plate, he says, thank you. When he finishes the dinner, he says, baby, that was good. So
mhm.
that makes me want to do more, for him. So yeah, that
Absolutely.
is part of the submissive. Yeah,
Absolutely. Because even the whole
yeah,
respect piece, because I mean, again, I'm just kind of going off of conversations I've
that's
had and
fine.
seen on
Yeah,
social media. Um, because it's like, okay, so it's okay, I guess, to have expectations or whatever.
right.
But even if you break it down biblically, the woman still biblically. Okay, y'all don't look. I ain't claiming to be no pastor or nothing. I'm just kind of going. We just
Right,
having a
right.
conversation.
Yeah,
That a woman should respect her man,
right.
right?
Exactly. Yeah,
So it's
because
cool to be, What were you going to say, Mrs. Allen? I'm
no, you
sorry.
go ahead.
There's a delay. Go ahead. What were you saying?
Uh, oh, yeah. It's like you said. It's cool to be submissive. It doesn't mean if a man tells you to shut up, you shut up and sit in the back seat and you walk behind me. That is not what it means in the Bible. It doesn't mean that, you know.
Mhm,
And like I said, your husband should or your spouse, whatever, should make you feel that you don't mind going out of your way for him. We go to different cookout and everything, and they may have to fix their own plate. I'm bringing my husband's plate because he's worth me of doing that, you know.
mhm.
So
Yes, absolutely. Because I got somewhere else I'm going to because I was
yeah,
literally just having this conversation. Not Pastor Hughes. Thank you, Derek. Look, hey, that ain't my calling. No, I just be going off of wisdom and knowledge.
yeah,
Okay, so let me ask you this. Okay, so as far as friends of the opposite sex, because let's
uh,
just be real. I know I got a like history. I got friends. I got a whole life. So whoever my forever
yeah,
is, and he has he's probably going to have a life. I'm going to have a life.
yeah.
How do you feel like with your marriage and your experiences, right?
Uh-huh.
How do you feel about maintaining, you know, relationships or friendships? Well,
Mhm.
friendships with people of the opposite sex.
Uh, my husband basically, um, I think I had one male friend my husband knew about, but before my husband could meet him, he passed. But I don't. Let me see. Because I never really experienced that in this marriage.
Hmm.
Um, so it's kind of hard for me to answer that.
Okay, that's
Yeah,
that's fair. That's
yeah,
fair.
yeah.
That's fair.
But I guess it would be no, because you would put that on what I tell you this. My husband has a friend, and
Mhm.
she works with him. And I've met her. She's sweet, and I even tried to hook her up with someone myself, but she was ready. But I trust him with her. You
Mhm.
know, they're never alone and nothing like that. And the reason I know that because she's not going to compare it to me.
Mhm.
My husband always tell me no woman can compare it to you. You know,
She ain't held no candlestick, baby. She ain't held no
nothing,
candlestick.
none
Listen.
at all. Exactly. So that's why I don't have no problem with that because I don't have to worry about that.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. And
yeah.
thank you for answering that because that was a conversation that I was actually having with someone recently. Like,
Uh huh.
what are the boundaries when it comes to the opposite sex? Because,
Yeah.
like, I know of a couple. Hey, she has a best friend. They go to brunches, they go to dinners, they hang out. He buys her gifts and different things like
Oh
that.
wow.
Yeah, so that seems to work for that. I mean,
Then
and
yeah.
them, right? Me, on the other hand, I
Mm-mm.
ain't gonna put it out.
No.
I ain't giving a blueprint. I ain't gonna get a blueprint. But I'm
Yeah.
saying that, I do realize that different things work for different people.
Different. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. But what if you said it's okay? But what if your husband would the husband feel the same way about you if you had a male friend and you know what I'm saying? And so that would make it if it becomes a conflict.
Mhm.
Wow. you know.
Listen,
I don't know.
my friends know that I love them. I'll say this tidbit. Like my circle, my counselor, as I call them, they know
Yeah.
I love them and vice versa, right? But at
Yeah.
the end of the day, boundaries are just so important because I get the
Exactly.
whole concept of like trust and stuff
Yeah.
like that. But
Yeah.
I also don't dance on the devil's lines either. Because
Yeah.
look, all my male friends ain't ugly. They not ugly at all. You feel me?
Right. Yeah.
They fine actually.
Yeah.
But I do look at them as they're my friends. We've already
Friends.
had those
Yeah.
boundaries. They friend
Yeah.
zone. I love y'all, but y'all already know. Y'all already
Right.
know where y'all at.
Right. Yeah.
So,
Now
but go ahead, I'm
I
sorry.
mean, because I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. There's a delay.
There on Facebook, I have run into a couple of guys that maybe I used to not date, but used to like or whatever, and they used to like me years back, and they, oh, how you doing? I said I'm married, happily married, blah blah blah. Then they would try to ease it to, I would like to you to come visit, but so I try to be nice, no, I'm in a marriage, and if I was in marriage, I don't have those type of feelings for you
Mhm.
anymore. But men sometimes try to push, so I had to block them
Listen, and
straight
that's
up.
okay.
You know,
Yeah.
yeah,
And that's not losing yourself. If you decide
yeah.
that you want to have a boundary,
I'm not
that's
gonna
not
disrespect
losing
my
yourself.
husband. Yes, yeah. It,
Absolutely.
it all
That's
falls upon the respect. Yeah.
respect.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. Because
Yeah. That's
I've heard
it.
conversations. You got to maintain your
Yeah.
independence, and
Yeah.
you had a life before them. And I think that
Right.
that is a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
But I feel
Uh,
like there's still a happy medium because I'm
right.
okay with dying to myself.
Yeah.
When
Exactly.
God present me with my forever, I'm
Yeah.
okay dying to myself
Right.
a little
Yeah.
bit. You feel
Yeah.
me?
Amen.
Not losing myself because I'm
right.
always gonna be me. You know what I'm
That's right.
saying? I'm
That's
gonna be
right.
who God created me to be, but at the
That's
same
right.
time, baby, I'm willing to die to myself a little bit. If you might
Yeah.
listen.
Yeah. You have to a little bit. A little bit. yeah.
So let's see here. We do have some. Let's see here. So Vonda Tyler says, "What is it? You are supposed to love your spouse like God loved the church." I may be not saying that quite right. Yeah,
Yeah. That's right. That's it.
mhm. That's
Yeah.
absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely,
Yeah,
absolutely.
he's gonna love you, your little flaws and everything, just like God loves us, our mistakes, our flaws, our sins and all that, and your husband's gonna overlook all that, you know, because like I said, he's not perfect himself, and he's not gonna try to make you think that he's perfect. He's gonna be who he is. You're gonna be who you are, but in each other's eyes, you're perfect.
Mhm,
So
mhm.
yeah,
Absolutely.
you're right, Vonda. That's true.
Absolutely. So, hey, Brian's Cross, thanks for joining us. It's husbands love your wife like Christ loved the church. Okay, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
Hey,
both ways.
both
It
ways,
goes
both
both
ways.
ways. There's no 50-50 in the marriage. You both 100% with each other
Okay,
when it comes to love. Yeah.
so I'm gonna ask you about that, Vonda. I'm gonna ask you about that. Let's see here. There's another question here. Comment: husband is like the president, and the wife is like the vice president. Okay. That's
True.
fair. I guess the
Yeah,
head and the
that's a
neck,
good one.
I can see that. Let's
Yeah.
see. I mean, Bree, stop. Not medium ugly. You a mess. So let me ask you this. And again, let me put this disclaimer out here, right?
Okay.
Um, at the end of the day, people, it's a case by case. I'm talking to my listeners. It's a case by case, right? So
Hmm.
if you want to have friends of the opposite sex, if you want to do 50-50, if you want to do different things, that's cool, right? So we're not trying to tell you, hey, you move how you need to move in this life. Okay. So I
Right.
just like to put that disclaimer out because
Right.
sometimes I'll get like, oh well, do you? We're just kind of planting seeds we just talking about our life experiences.
Experiences. Exactly.
Okay, so let me ask you this, because
Hmm.
this is another one. How do you feel about 50-50 as far as finances?
Finance. We split everything.
Okay.
Believe it or not, we split rent, we split this, we split that. Some things, little bitty bills I carried, and and that way we both, you know, we have the little money we want to play with or whatever after. But um, that's basically that's it. He doesn't get jealous because uh, I am disabled, but I
Mhm,
do, I have my what you call it, my hustles and all that, and he doesn't get jealous of that. Even if whatever I bring to the table, whatever I bring home is mine. What he bring home is ours. That's
mhm.
what he says, and that's
Oh.
what I can. Yeah, that's
Mhm.
my husband. So that's why I said he'd give me his last. So and he's retired now. So
Oh, that's
yeah,
beautiful.
yeah. So as far as finance, we don't have any problems with that.
Mhm, mhm.
Uh, we deal with it. You know.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay. And that's fair. And again, just different experiences, right?
yeah.
So, okay,
And
okay,
I know people probably saying, "Oh, she just makes it look like it's just so easy and this, that, and they got it." Yeah, we do have it really going on because our marriage is really blessed because I didn't chase after him.
Mhm,
Excuse me, I didn't chase after my husband. My
mhm.
husband was introduced to me through a friend, but and the friend Lisa is she's a ordained minister now.
Oh.
Yeah, she's an ordained minister. And her husband at the time did not want her to introduce us. And she
Mhm.
said, I have to do this. She said, God told me to do this. So
Ah,
God put it in her to introduce us. Yes. It wasn't just,
okay,
yeah, it just wasn't someone that I knew. And she said, I want you to meet this guy. He got some money. He worked here, blah, blah, blah. So that's a good part of it too. I know that we were, brought together.
okay,
Yes.
okay. Well, look, let me whisper something to my friends. Hey, y'all, if God is telling y'all to hook your girl up, listen. Hey, listen. Be obedient, okay? Be obedient. I mean
Right.
it. Don't be holding out. Don't be
Right.
holding out. Okay, so let's see here.
Uh,
So, Vernon, thanks for joining us, Vernon. We appreciate you. Today, a lot of relationships have no structure or order. Okay, from South Florida. What's up, South Florida? What's up? What's up, South
mhm.
Florida? Absolutely. Thanks for joining us, V. So, do you feel like that? Do you agree with that, Miss Allen?
What was that question again?
So, today, a lot of relationships have no structure or order. So, do you
They
feel like,
don't. Yeah, they do. Um, they just, like you said, they basically kind of do what they want to do. There's no, it has to be some type of order,
mhm,
you know.
mhm,
Even even if it's I would say one of my orders as far as being submissive to is like when I bring my husband his plate, uh,
mhm,
you know, uh, caring for him when he doesn't feel well, or that's what I call basically order, taking care of each other.
mhm.
Uh, you know,
Absolutely.
um, yeah.
And
And
I
a
like
lot
how
of,
you,
huh? Go ahead, Lisa.
I have a delay. What you said?
Oh, I said, and a lot of them don't have any order, in their
Mhm,
house. You have to have order in the house and the marriage because if you don't, then there's no boundaries. You don't. It's the same thing.
mhm. That makes sense.
I guess does that answer?
Yes, absolutely it does.
Yeah,
It absolutely
yeah.
does. It absolutely does. Let's see here. So Reese says, Tonality Records, Miss Allen is giving some game to a lasting relationship.
Yes,
Mhm.
Yes. And
Absolutely.
thank you for that.
Yeah,
Yes.
absolutely.
All the my husband is he's a very open person. And all my friends love my husband. They love my
Mhm.
husband because and he's a very straight up person. He's a God sent man, you know, he loves God and everything. Um so that means a lot in relationship on the man and the woman, you know, putting each other first in everything that we do. Um like, you know, just little basic little things, you know. And so
Absolutely.
yeah, it's it's a give and take type of relationship.
And I
But
and
I
I
don't
like
mind. Huh? Go ahead, Lisa.
and you don't mind.
I don't mind.
Mhm. What were you saying?
Oh, I said it's a give and take relationship. And I don't mind giving as much as I give. My husband, he's not a person of every Christmas. For the last we dated 3 years, 21 years I've been knowing him. He said, don't give me no Christmas gift. I said, why you tell me that? You know I have more than
Mhm.
one. Because he said, take that money and just spend it on what you want to spend it on for you,
Mhm.
you know. So and I'm the same way with him. So every day is Christmas in my home.
Right. That's right.
And it's not always gifts, the little things. I love sweets. So my husband says he'll go somewhere, he'll come home, he said, close your eyes. So I said, hold out your hands. And it's something that, you know, I like that I don't need.
Mhm.
But it
Mhm.
means a lot. You know, he thinks for me. You know, a lot of times I don't even have to say anything, you know. He knows what I'm thinking.
Mhm. Mhm.
So it's weird and it's strange, but it's fun and it's I enjoy it. I enjoy it.
And
Being
see,
one. Yes.
to be one,
To
and
be
see
one.
that I think because another question I want to get into here shortly is again I kind of mentioned the whole struggle love, right? Like people believe
Yeah.
you gotta struggle in love, and if it's easy, it ain't right. But I do want to ask you this: what do you believe the biggest misconception about Black marriage is?
Trust. Um, a lot of times I think it's trust. I would say and finance. I know I'll say finances first.
Mhm.
Finance is number one because of my marriages, my other two marriages. But one of my marriages, the finance was a struggle,
Mhm.
and that causes arguments. You know, because there's things you want to do and you can't do, and you kind of blame each other. You know, and everything. So the finance has a lot to do with a lot of breakups, a
Mhm.
lot of divorces in Black marriages. Yeah,
That makes
yeah,
sense. And I'm so glad that we're having this conversation because I mean there are several examples of great
yeah,
functional Black marriages
yeah,
because when you think about the struggle love, I'm just talking about in conversations that have been in relationship soup, in conversations that I've had, just
yeah,
even as a Black woman, that hey sisters, y'all should expect struggle love. Now ain't nobody really saying it like that, but I'm just
yeah,
saying in social media platforms, in
yeah,
life or whatever, I've heard that the struggle, like black love is struggle. And it's
yeah.
I don't believe that. I ain't gonna
It's
manifest
not
that. And I don't believe
exactly.
that everybody cheat. Some people out here believe
That's
all
true.
Black men cheat. No,
No, they
no,
don't.
no.
No.
All brothers ain't cheating. It don't
Yeah,
matter the financial status or none of that.
yeah.
Everybody ain't a hoe out here. I'm sorry.
That's right. Right.
HEAUX.
That's true.
No.
It's just true. It's not. You're
Everybody's not
right.
out. Yeah,
Everybody's
everybody's
not.
not out here. Some people do have integrity. You feel me?
Yeah.
And they are grounded in a spiritual belief system in God or enough
Mm-hmm.
where they like, look, I'm gonna have some integrity
Right.
and I ain't gonna do this. So
Right.
Black love does not automatically equate to dysfunction. It don't equate to cheating. It
Right.
don't equate to none of that. All
Right.
of it ain't toxic. Not saying it don't
No.
exist out there
Yeah.
because we know it do, but that don't mean that
Yeah.
that's everybody's reality or that it's cookie cutter.
Exactly. True. That's right.
That's all I got to say about
Mhm.
that. Because I ain't manifesting no man cheating on me at this timeless age.
Yeah.
Y'all done had plenty of time, okay, to spread them seeds or whatever y'all do. I don't know.
Mhm.
At this
Mhm.
stage, hey,
Mhm.
ain't nobody
Yeah.
got time for that. Hey, so we do have some other things. Let's see here. Not, So tonality record says nothing is perfect, but the relationship math should be as such. 4 is greater than 2. Do more for them than they do for women. Do more for them than you do to them. Look, let me read that right because I'm gonna
Okay.
get that reading rainbow.
Yeah, yeah.
I have a friend that always does the reading rainbow because I'll be reading sometimes and be like, "Hey, you messed up
I
on
do
that."
it too. I do too.
Absolutely. All right, let's see here. So Derek says, Lisa, I'm glad and you and others see through the stereotypes. Miss Allen, Mrs. Allen is dropping the real.
Thank
Absolutely.
you. Yeah.
Look,
That's all I
mic
know.
drop.
Yeah.
Okay. Absolutely. Because I mean, I just think it's important because truth of the matter is a lot of us are on social media. A lot of us
Yeah.
watch the news. Being black in America, period, you're gonna hear over the years we've heard and we've saw stuff, period.
Yeah.
And that's one of the many reasons why I was so excited to talk to you. Because of
Mhm.
course I know you through church and different things like that.
Right.
But the fact 18 years of marriage,
Yeah. Yeah. You
you
don't
know,
get that too much.
absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. All right, so let's see here. What I do want to get into really quickly, let's see here, because I want to talk about the events that are coming up. I'm going to share the
Okay.
flyer, and I'll ask you this question at the end.
Okay.
So you do have an event coming up, and I'm going to share this flyer. Let me see. Let me get this going. All right, so there's a summer event coming up. You can see that, right? Let's see here. Let me
I can't.
see. Let's see here. Right, summer event. Boom. Can you see it now?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so tell us about this summer event that's coming up.
This Saturday it's a pop-up. If you're not familiar with what a pop-up is, a pop-up event is where it's small black businesses.
Hmm.
They're in a room, a full room, and they have everything. They sell candles from clothes, shoes, desserts.
Hmm.
I mean, all kind of things, plants and everything. And you just walk in like a store and you purchase from them.
Hmm.
And you're supporting that black small business. So that's what that is. So that's what I'm having.
Okay.
Um, yeah.
Okay. And what I'll do also, I will put this in the group and on my page and stuff like
Okay.
that, so
Okay.
that
Thank you.
so we can promote that. And then there's another
Okay.
event coming up. I'm going to do this share. Look, one more again. Let's see
Okay.
here. There is a brunch event coming up. I see. So there's a brunch event that's going to be at Friendship Church, which is 1301 North Goodland Avenue. It's going to be August 17th from 10 to 2 p.m., 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. So
Hmm.
this event's going to be good for the mind, body, and soul. And
Yeah.
I know that you had something to do with the planning of this. And it's
Yeah.
presented by My Mental Health Matters. Uh, One of the guest speakers is going to be Darlene McCoy Jackson. She's
Hmm.
on
Darling.
Praise 1310. I
Yeah.
know about them. That was my old radio family right there. I was
Okay.
in Radio
Cool.
One family, and then it's hosted by Tania Carroll. There's
Hmm.
another speaker, Nicole Garrett, and of course, Dr. Janet Grinstead
Yeah.
will be in the building.
Yes.
So absolutely. Let's see here. So we do have a couple of more comments, and then we're gonna
Okay.
get out of here because look, I know time is precious, and I look, although I'm thoroughly enjoying your energy, your vibe,
That's
and your knowledge, I
fine.
know I
That's
gotta let you go.
fine. That's
So let's see.
fine. I'm just sitting out here on the patio with the nets. If you see me doing this, is what I'm doing.
Okay, well at least the mosquitoes ain't biting you because
No,
I
I
promise I don't know what it is. It
yeah.
don't matter what I'm doing. I go get the mail. I'm getting bit by a mosquito. I'm like, wait a minute. Okay, so let's see here. So Derek says, Lisa, I'm glad that you and others see through the stereotype. Yes, Miss Allen is dropping the real. Absolutely. He also says, most don't realize the negative stereotypes blacks have for each other are
Hmm.
rooted in racism. It's true, though. Okay,
Yeah. True.
absolutely.
It is true.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right, so let's see here. One last thing before we get out of here, and then I'm going to
No, you're
ask you
fine.
um, where they can find you. But what are there any resources, any books, therapies, workshops, or whatever that you would recommend for couples out there?
maybe the library, excuse me, library has, oh, I know one good book. It's a small black business, and they're called The Reading, The
Mhm,
Reading.
mhm,
And I've had them as vendors before, and they have different black books on relationships. You can also find them at the different libraries, public libraries.
mhm, mhm.
Yes. So those are two of the sources that I know are pretty good.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
And the
And
Bible. And the Bible. Number one.
absolutely. Look,
Number
because you
one.
know Bishop probably he probably
Yeah.
gonna check this out and be like, now Mrs. Allen.
Yeah. That'll be your first one. That's your first. Yes. Read your Bible on marriages. It tells you everything you need to know.
Okay.
Don't
Let's
ever
see.
don't ask what scripture because I don't know.
Listen, look, hey. Y'all gotta go to
Go to the index.
you
and,
hear
and
me?
yeah, yeah,
Or hit that Google. It'll
yeah.
tell you.
It'll
Or
tell
you know
you.
what? You can go to Chat GPT now. It's gonna tell you everything. Okay.
Right.
So, so check this out. We do have another comment. So
Okay.
Bernard says, B says, so how does it feel when you find your soulmate?
Oh wow. Woo,
Ooh, ooh, yes.
I
Hold
can
on.
explain that.
Let me get a little closer because listen.
Okay. He knows. The
Hmm.
husband would know. And me, I knew our first date. I want to get mushy. Our first date, we went to the show and we were talking. He was, checking out, we were kind of talking about some things.
Hmm.
And I had this vibe in me, and I said, "This is going to be my husband." And it was that. It was that. So it feels good. It's a different feeling. It's a happy glee feeling. Especially I guess I'm sure for a man more than it's for a woman because he knows he's the one that's choosing his mate. So when he gets that feeling, or a man falls hard when he's in love.
Hmm.
He start thinking, marriage. Oh, I love to have her and in my life, and let me get the ring and all this. But the lady would, I knew, I can't speak for all the women, but I said this is going to be my husband.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Hmm.
first date. Yeah,
So let me ask you this, because I've been doing so much reading in this
yeah.
whole journey. Um, so do you feel butterflies? Like, do you feel like you felt butterflies, and were they the nervous kind, or were they the kind of exciting kind, or did you feel any of that?
Just maybe more like butterflies.
Mm,
And then you kids again, you on the phone and you hang up. Now you hang up and you hang up, you call right back and
mm,
and still today my husband does that. I could
mm,
be driving and my steering wheel's been to my phone. His fine. I said, yes, I could be going to work. I just called to tell you I love you. And you're my sweetheart, you're my baby. And I just tickle all over again.
see,
So
that's what I want.
none of that has died in our marriage. I thank God
Okay.
for that every day. None of that has really died in our marriage. If I'm too quiet, he'll know, baby, you're all right. And yeah, I'm okay. He could be he's in another room. You're all right. I'm okay. So yeah, you get those butterflies, and I guess the man he probably feel nervous. Okay, she's my wife. I'm gonna propose to her, and all these things in his head. But it's the best feeling. It's the best, especially when you really just giving up the dating scene and just say, okay, God, you do it. Like you said, Lisa, you do it. Because I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know who I'm looking. I don't know who I'm picking up or nothing. Especially these days,
Absolutely. Listen.
dangerous. So yeah, so you sit back and you just. Someone asked me once before, said, "How do you know God will send you a husband?" Because I asked him.
Mm,
I asked him, and I asked him in the name of Jesus, and I know He's going to send because I asked.
mhm,
you know. So don't never let nobody put that in the doubt. Well, you might not be meant to marry. They don't know that they didn't create you. And God told you, you ask me for what you want.
mhm,
You
mhm.
know,
I
desire
love
to put Him first, and that's what I did. Put Him first, and He will answer, give you what you want.
it. I
Yeah,
believe that because look, I was talking to God the other day. I said, God, I'm tired of being. Look,
yeah,
I don't want to be outside no more. Like
yeah,
I'm cool with hanging out, and
yeah.
I truly have been, like getting. to know self and different things
Yeah.
like that. But
Yes.
listen, I'm
That's
ready.
it.
Listen, I
That's
feel
it.
I feel like I'm ready. You feel me?
Yeah.
Now, for a minute, I didn't. I was like, I'm gonna
Yeah.
take my time. I'm not gonna rush
Yeah.
into anything. So, I had to give the disclaimer. Okay, we hanging out, but this is where I'm
Yeah.
at.
Right. Right.
But yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna definitely let God do it this
Yeah,
time.
and
God,
and that gives you time to get yourself ready.
facts, facts.
Because when I said that I was just gonna let God have it, there's a book that I had and women, I had some single books in my storage
Ooh,
that I
okay.
still have before I met him when I was waiting on my husband to come.
Mhm,
And this book told you how to uh just be happy with yourself. I treated myself to the show. I started doing things with myself,
mhm,
and that kind of occupied my mind from wanna maybe I should just date a little bit. No, because I was very serious about what I wanted, and I know God was gonna bless me with that if I did what I was supposed to do and let Him do what He's supposed to do. Which so um there, and it tells you how to uh clean house, which
mhm.
I didn't have no problem with that because we brought up that way, but it tells you how
Absolutely.
to clean house, how to cook, and cook your food, and just different things, how to make storage for uh, toiletries and all that stuff, just little things that in your household that your man might, need, go to. You should see my hallway closet. It's like a pharmacy. Baby, my hair, baby, you know what? Hey, you got like 4 or 5 different medications in there to go get. So that's repairing myself. You know, yes. Anybody want to borrow those books?
Hey, listen, and I'm gonna put those in the comments.
Yeah.
I'll talk to you, and because there's books that I'm reading. Like I'm one of the books I'm reading right now is called The Praying Wife, and it's actually
Oh, yeah. I
talk
have
about
that one.
prayers and different things. I
Yeah.
said I'm gonna start right now. So whoever my forever is, baby, I'm already praying for you, love.
Yeah.
I'm praying
That's
for
it.
you every day,
That's
baby.
it. Yeah.
Just saying.
Exactly. That is very
Okay.
serious, and I took that to heart. You
Hmm.
know. Yeah, I really did. Hmm.
Absolutely. So we have a few comments, and then I'm gonna do my spiel, and we're gonna get out of here. So
Okay.
let's see here. So Tonality Record says Bible basic instructions before leaving is the GPS to life. Okay, I like it. I like it.
Yeah.
Every time you talk about butterflies, I think about the Michael Jackson song. When that song go, you give me butterflies.
Oh
Okay,
yeah,
so
I love it.
Reese,
Yeah.
I'm gonna hit you because that little part I did in the editing, I might need you to put some auto tunes on that because Reese, I want to sound like y'all know
You sound
Kelly.
good.
I sound like Kelly Rowland. You feel me? I love her voice.
Okay, yeah, you sure did.
Or Michelle. I'll take Michelle too. And
Okay,
so
me
then
too.
Derek
Okay.
says, I felt butterflies one time. We had a few flings, but never a relationship. Now she says, I'm the one who got away. As 3 other women have said, I'm the common denominator, but didn't know what it means. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Butterflies, no reading rainbow. Listen, Derek. I'm so glad Coach did not log in today because I can kind of transposed a couple of words. And
No
he
reading
always
rainbow.
doing a reading rainbow. He always put these little butterfly emojis.
Yeah.
Kelly Rowland is that. Listen, that's what I want him to say. That's what I want him to say, Reese. On that little part, I'm gonna send that little edit to you. And just, like give me some, I don't know, some octaves or, B flat
No,
or
that
whatever,
was good. You were good. You were good.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you so much. Well, thank you for joining me. Let me do my spiel so we can get out of here, okay? So,
Okay.
everyone, thank you so much for joining me tonight. Miss Fonda Allen, you are a blessing. Thank you
No, thank
so much
you.
for joining
Thank
me tonight
you.
and sprinkling my listeners with some knowledge and wisdom that they can um, like really apply, right? Because
Yeah.
I'm taking notes and I'm gonna watch this again and I'm gonna be like, well, wait a minute, let me put that in there. But
Yeah.
and shout out to my mama and my aunt Anna for listening. Y'all know I appreciate y'all. I appreciate everybody for listening tonight. Um, let me do this spiel. If you are not liking, following, tell a friend, share this, right? Send some stars if you're feeling, gracious, right? On YouTube, it's Relationship Soup, period. You got to put the period on there, y'all. Y'all know that, right? And then on Facebook, Relationship Soup Group, come and join the forum, right? Look up Relationship Soup Group. Come join us. Come contribute, right? And if anybody ever wants to be a guest, y'all inbox me. I got you. On IG, it's Relationship Soup. And then if you want to like follow me, Relationship Soup LLC, or you can look up Lisa Hughes. So y'all know my advice for you all is just to love yourself and give yourself some grace and live life to the fullest. Find the
Right.
silver lining, right? Hey, because it starts with you. Whether you single, in a relationship, or whatever, you gotta love yourself, right? So
Mhm.
on that note, not that night, on that note, we out. Peace.
Bye.